5 for Saturday, and 5 for Sunday. Okay, so that all adds up to and then I don't know what he has for Monday here. Monday he's got 8. Okay, so Henry has never done as many appointments in his life, but we'll see. Okay, and also I'm pretty sure that Shawnee did not talk to Henry today and put these numbers in. There's probably just numbers that were there from last week, but good. At least it shows us. All right, so we see how that works. All right, so the appointment goal again is one that should always have a number in it. It's adding up all of the appointment goals, so they should have either a number of 8, 12, or 20. Should be what is in the appointment goals for the summer. So it should add up to that, okay? And that's where you put that in their schedule. All right, and the next is mean that they're not working that day. All right, next up, it says up here is the date. So this is the ending date of the week. It's just 4/5. Name, that's obviously the name. Phone number, that's usually their cell phone. Most easiest one to get them on. I don't have their other phone number on there, but that's their home. If you need to look up their other phone numbers, you can look up on Vector Live. Okay, so let's go to each week. Okay, or each day of the week. So here's Tuesday. Now, the first thing is appointment goal. That's this first column. That's how many they said they wanted to do on that day at the beginning of the week. It's very important we know that, so therefore we can hold them accountable to that. Okay. Then it says AP set. Okay, that's appointment set. So let's say their goal is 8. We know how many they have set. So they know I have 3 for tomorrow, 4 for 4 for. So when we talk to rep, they go, oh, I set up 2 for tomorrow and 1 for Thursday. That goes into appointment set. Their appointment goal stays the same. Appointment set is how many they actually have set. Okay, so that goes in this column. Well, it's going to do the whole thing, but this column here. Okay, then it says appointment C, APC. That's appointments completed. Okay, because obviously reps they don't lie, but they sometimes exaggerate the truth on how many appointments they have. Like they'll tell you, oh, we set up 5. I just talked to a rep yesterday. She's like, I had 5 appointments yesterday. I'm like, how many did you do? 2. She's like, well, 2 canceled. Okay, I'm like, well, 2 plus 2, as far as in my math book, is not 4. Is not 5. So what happened to the last one? Oh, the last one I had to call them back and to get at the appointment. I'm like, so you didn't have 5 appointments, you had 4 appointments. Okay, so you had 4 appointments that day. All right, so that happens occasionally or every day with reps. All right, so they tell you how many they have set, and then you need to find out how many did you actually complete. Okay, and then you have to call them out as to, well, you told me you had 4 set. Why did you only do 3? They canceled. All right. So anyway, so you have appointment goal, appointment set, appointments completed, and then you have the sale. Okay, did they sale on that actual appointment? So that's just if they had 3 appointments completed, then they had 2 sales. Great, 3, 2. All right. CPO is how much the CPO was for that particular order, and recommendations is how many recommendations they received so far on the day. Okay, so this could say something like 5 is the goal, 4 set, 3 completed, 3 sales, CPO 846, recommendations 54. Okay, that would be 54 recommendations on the 3 appointments that they completed. All right, so that makes sense. You just do so every day at the end when you talk to people on PDI. That's what goes there. Now, when you talk to people down here, there's a color code. Okay, green means that they checked in and no problem. Red means that they did not contact us or they missed PDI. Okay, they did not contact us for the entire day. So red means that they're not on base pay for that day. Orange means that they missed PDI, but they did call us. All right, so let's say it's PDIs from 9 to 11. We called them. They didn't pick up the phone. We left a message. They called back at 4 o'clock and said, hey, I'm this and that. And whoever talked to them would obviously look and see that there's a red right now. And we need to straighten that person out, okay? And tell them, hey, you missed PDI this morning, not good. And then we change them to orange. So at least we talk to them, we straighten them out, and they go to orange, meaning they miss PDI, and we tell them not to miss PDI again. Okay? So really it should be yellow, I guess. Yeah, we'll make it yellow. It is now yellow. Executive decision made. All right, so cool. All right, so now we have red, green, and yellow, like a stop sign. All right, so green checked in, called in for PDI. Red, no contact at all that day. Yellow, missed PDI, but did call in. All right, and then this is key staff fast starters. Second weekend fast starters are in this kind of chartreuse color, and team leaders are in this blue color. All right, so you can see that. All right, so when you talk to people, you would put that in the appointment set for the day. So if they didn't, so let's say they had 4 appointments for the day, and you called them for PDI and they didn't pick up the phone and they didn't call in for PDI, it would say 4 and it would be red. Okay, because we know they didn't check for PDI. If you did talk to them and they still got 4 and it's green, and if they call in later on, we put them in yellow. So everybody at the end of a PDI should have some kind of color on their sheet here, and that would tell us if they called in or if they did not call in. All right, going to the end here, so we have every day going there. Just making some corrections here as I talk for PDI this week, and okay. I'm going to assume none of these things were done. All right, so then at the back end of this here, we also have some stuff. We have a thing for notes. Okay, all these notes are old notes, so clear contents, clear selection. All right, so these are all just notes on things that need to be said. So when you talk to a rep, you put it in the notes. Anything of interest, please put in the notes. Okay, they're close to this promotion, said they can't come to the meeting for whatever reason. Just, if you talk to them about something, put it in the notes. Notes can change up day. So that way if somebody else talks to them or if I speak to them, I can look at the notes and say, okay. And then if there's no notes and there was a note from yesterday and it's not pertinent anymore, just delete it at the end of PDI. Okay. So as a team leader, you just take care of your section, make sure your section is clean and ready to rock and roll. Okay, but the names are in the back here too, so that way you don't have to scroll back and forth 100 times. You can look here and see what's going on. All right, at the bottom here are the totals. All right, so these things at the bottom here is the totals for the week. So please do not mess with that either. Okay. Now, when you put new people in, you have to make sure the totals are adding up everything. It should add up the entire. So this is at 15 right now. All right, so the reason it's at 15 is because there's an 8, there's a 4, there's a 3, that's 7, 15. Okay, so X's won't add up in there, obviously. All right, so this is at 15. And then all these things should add up everything that's sold in that column for that day, or sold, how many demos are set up. So if I call the office and I say, hey, how many demos does our team have set up for today? You can look right here and it'll say how many we have set up. Okay, if I say how many were completed yesterday, you can look at the completed and it tells us the exact amount for our entire team. All right, so very important that that information is up to date as clearly as possible. All right, so just don't type numbers in the bottom. It'll sum it up. Okay. And then just always make sure that when you put in new people, sometimes when you put in the new reps for the next week, it messes up the equation because you got to make the equation to include the new people. All right, so we'll show you how to do that another time. All right, now last thing here is, you see it'll say day 2 PDI when we have people in training on the